How do you lead with positivity? That's what we're going to cover in this video. Let's get started. Hi, my name is Daniel Lee from First Time Leadership. In this video, we're going to be looking at some of the traits that you need to utilize in order to be able to lead with positivity. Now, these traits I've taken from my first time leadership research. So if you want to be able to follow along and to understand what are all the traits that I'm going to be talking about in this video, plus many more, there's a link in the description below. Just click on it. Imagine this. You are a team leader leading your own team. Times are tough. The organization is not doing well, sales are down, and everyone in your team is crestfallen, including you. But you know that you need to do something. You need to galvanize the energy and the attention of your team to overcome the challenge that is before you. You need to lead with positivity and you need to do it right. So how do you go about it? First of all, we need to be really clear on what do we mean by leading with positivity. Now, I'm not talking about being overwhelmingly positive to the point whereby it's ridiculous or it's unrealistic. Rather, the positivity that I'm talking about is realistic optimism. It's knowing that you have what it takes, that you can overcome the challenge that is before you. And that is what I mean when we hear the term leading with positivity. That's the right kind of mindset that you need to have and to be able to instill in those who follow you when you want to lead with positivity. A leader that I interviewed, Andy, once told me that he realized the importance of setting the example and walking the talk when he understood that his team took signals from him as to how they should behave. What that meant was that if he wanted to galvanize the team's energy and attention towards overcoming the challenge that was before them, he had to be more optimistic than they were. They then fed off the energy that he gave, and with that, he was able to motivate the team towards taking action. Your mindset is really important when you desire to lead with positivity. The people around you use you as an example, and they feed off the energy that you give and the signal that you're sending out to people. So when you want to lead with positivity, you need to start by being positive yourself. As a leader, you work with the people that you have, not with the people that you wish you did. Successful leaders very quickly understand that it is the team who does the work and produces the results required. And so, successful leaders in particular focus on continuously uncovering and unlocking the potential in the people who work with them. When you focus on uncovering and unlocking potential in those who work with you, what you're really doing is unlocking possibilities in them. When people see possibilities and they're faced with challenges, they have hope. And hope allows you to lead them with positivity. Often, in order to create possibilities in situations and in people, you have to be curious about them and a desire to want to go beneath the surface. This was a lesson that I learned from one of my leaders, Alexandra, when she was sent to run a foreign business in another country with a mandate to increase its profitability. When she arrived at that foreign business, rather than just simply relying on the reports that were given to her, she was curious about the situation on the ground and the people who were working there. That curiosity led her to ask insightful questions and to listen to the people who were working there, which eventually gave her more insights and information to make better decisions and take more appropriate actions. And that eventually led her to turn the business into even greater profitability than it was previously. Whenever you are exercising your curiosity about a situation or the people involved, what you're really doing is getting more insights from them, which in turn allows you to make better decisions and take more appropriate actions. And that can only help you better lead with positivity. Even when you want to lead with positivity, one of the things that you need to consider is the reality on the ground. Just how positive should you be? You need to consider what's the situation and the people who are involved, and the emotional mood, your emotional intelligence, in particular, your ability to make judgment when faced with situation is what is going to help you to be able to lead with positivity. After all, what you are really trying to do is to eventually get people to be more positive. And you're not trying to swing them from complete dismay in one hand to overwhelming optimism in another, and in one shot. Rather, when you are leading with positivity, what you're trying to do is to gradually lead people from where they are to a desired state of optimism, where they feel that they have the potential to overcome the challenge that is before them. And that's one reason why it is essential that you yourself are feeling positive when you want to lead with positivity. It's important that when you are desiring to lead with positivity, that it's genuine, that you're not trying to fake it. Because when you are trying to fake the positivity, people can sense it and it will have no or maybe even a negative effect when you're doing so. And as much as I've mentioned earlier that when you want to lead with positivity, you have to be positive yourself, I understand that sometimes it can be difficult. And that's where a little bit of reflection or soul searching is required. What's holding you back? Do you really feel that the situation before you is hopeless? Are you unable to see the possibilities in terms of the solutions that you can take? Perhaps you haven't looked hard enough, or you haven't sought out the opinions of others. Often, in order to be a role model where you yourself are positive, you need to believe that the challenge before you can be overcome. Because when you have that belief, it gives you hope. And hope is what powers you in order to lead with positivity. If you enjoyed this video so far, really appreciate if you give me the thumbs up. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you have yet to subscribe to First Time Leadership, do click on that subscribe button to be notified of when new videos come out to help you with your leadership journey. And lastly, if you have any comments about what I've shared in this video, do share a comment below.